Hello and welcome to episode 9 of the Pipe Dream Meme. I'm Julia Mohammed.
And I'm Rebecca Ananda. Canada is practically synonymous with wide open spaces, canopies of green forest, rugged mountains, and pristine lakes. Nature is an integral part of Canada's very identity.
Unless you live here, the urban jungle, you're definitely safe from bear attacks here, but the noise, congestion, traffic, and masses of people is enough to drive you crazy.
The population of Toronto's downtown core is expected to double in the next 25 years. And with Lake Ontario to the south and sprawl all around us, the only way to build is up. Which means that more and more Torontonians are depending on city parks for that vital breath of fresh air.
Downtown Toronto has 121 parks, which adds up to 247 acres of land. Now that sounds impressive, but is equivalent to only 1 square kilometer. Let me just say that one more time. Downtown Toronto has 1 square kilometer of parkland for 250,000 people.
But why does this matter? It's because nature, even if it's just a city park, has the capacity to heal us. It's science. When we're at work or doing anything that requires a degree of focus, we're using something called directed attention, ignoring the stimuli all around us to focus on completing the task at hand. But maintaining this level of concentration is mentally exhausting. The brain only has so much directed attention energy at its disposal.
Multiple studies have concluded that exposure to nature in green space can help restore these energy levels, as well as relieve stress and decrease irritability. You know all those angry-ass people you see walking around downtown? Well, there's just not enough green in their lives.
In August, Mayor John Tory announced a bold plan for a new park in the heart of Toronto. The proposal would see the existing CN rail yards covered with decking and then a 21-acre park built right on top. The neighborhoods around the site have densified rapidly over the past decade. And with 30,000 more condo units on the way, the area desperately needs green space to stay livable.
Mayor Tory admitted that the park is going to cost tens of millions of dollars per acre. And there's an ocean of planning, negotiations, paperwork, air rights, rezoning before the park is even built.
So we talked to an expert in urban parkland to find out why, despite all the hassle it's going to cause, this project is so important.
You've got so much density happening, and with land values so high, it's going to be incredibly difficult to create any new park space. And this is an opportunity for a potential 21-acre park right in the core of downtown. So that's going to be so significant for serving these neighborhoods, but also great opportunities for tourism, for making it a cultural hub. If we don't do something to improve the core infrastructure for the downtown neighborhood, and that's parks and transit and schools, libraries, this is just not going to be a place you'll want to live in 20 years, and that's not the kind of community you want to be creating. So, something needs to get done for sure. This is going to be their place where they gather, meet each other, big social opportunities, but also a place to sort of get away. It's getting a little more dense, a little more urban, and it's exciting, but there's times that maybe you want to get away from that a little bit, so that's going to be their oasis. It's so important for people to be exposed to some greenery. It doesn't have to be some, huge old-growth forest. It can even just be greenery like we're sitting in right now on a green roof. So it's space just to... it sort of lowers your body temperature, reduces stress, and really helps on mental health. You also have economic benefits, so that you're already, hearing people saying, well, if the rail deck came together, some of the condominiums around there, their prices would already be going up to reflect that. So there's a whole range of benefits, from social benefits, health benefits, economic benefits, and environmental benefits too. So with very hot summer we've just experienced, and you get this heat island effect where it's with pavements and concrete, the heat gets reflected back up. By having some greenery really helps keep some of the temperatures down, and then obviously there's opportunities for shade. Something like Rail Deck Park is an incredible opportunity to find 21 acres of one spot, but it is going to take decades to pull together hundreds of millions of dollars. Any kind of park space, there's talk about creating a park on Richmond and John over here on a parking lot, and for 3/4 of an acre, the price range that's being rumored or potential price range could be 25 to 35 million for 3/4 of an acre. So land is going to be extremely difficult to come by. You also need the staff to maintain them, and you want to have active programming. So is that done through the city, or is that done through nonprofits like ours or other partners? So how can we all, community, BIAs, philanthropy, the city, all be working together to get the kind of parks that we want? So we all have a role in that. The most important thing is about creating systems so that it's not just this small park over here, this small park over here. It's how it can be linked together. And if you get there and it's on a really busy street with a lot of traffic and a lot of people, it can feel very intense. But if there's ways that are on slightly quieter streets, softer, so it's more of a green type of street that involves maybe some laneways that you can go through that are calmer and that again green roofs. So it's how all these different elements can come together to create a more sort of welcoming environment and a green system. We're just not going to be able to find 100 acres of park space in the middle of downtown. It just can't happen.
Now, how